We're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding forecast, and industry conversation, all in the mix, encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogali Abikele Mafuru.
Keep up with innovative, revealing, and groundbreaking happenings in the world of brands and brand builders in Nigeria and across the globe. Mingle with people and brands that make the cut and the personalities that keep reinventing the trends and traditions in the marketing world. All are exciting one-stop shop for marketing vibes. Marketing Edge on TV. You are always right on time with the right people and movers and shakers of the world of marketing as they share their views and ideas on the business and challenges of advertising, corporate affairs, media strategy, and the unfolding exciting world of digital marketing. Join the trendsetters and key decision makers as they shape opinions and project into the future of the marketing landscape for 30 exhilarating minutes on this channel. Stay ahead, be thrilled to beat, be marketing savvy with Marketing Edge on TV. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is brand news, where we'll bring you the latest developments in brands, advertising, marketing, and communication in Nigeria and around the globe. Now on brand news. To demonstrate its brand culture of continued innovation and customer centricity, leading quick service restaurant operator and franchisee for Domino's Pizza, Eat and Go Limited, has officially flagged off the delivery of pizzas in 20 minutes nationwide, a commitment to the vision to offer quality and timely services to its team and consumers. Speaking during a media party held at the company's office in Ikoyi, Lagos State, Mr. Patrick Michael, the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, reaffirmed the company's determination to lead the QSR sector through novel initiatives that meet customer satisfaction in terms of quality, speed, and customer service. The QSR boss noted that the company has put all modalities in place to facilitate the realization of its goal of delivering pizzas within the stipulated time, and that customers will be compensated with a free pizza voucher if there is a delay in delivery time.
We've actually been running it for about 3 months before we've announced it today in store to see if we could do it. And we're now actually delivering in 16.1 minutes because of the focus that we've put in the stores since we've decided to do this. The really exciting thing that I want to share with you all today is that, we have an amazing team here in Nigeria who are doing this against all odds. Nobody would have thought in Nigeria that we would be recognized as the fastest Domino's Pizza delivery market globally. There is no other Domino's Pizza market globally that delivers pizza at an average time lower than Domino's Pizza Nigeria.
Yes, we are not perfect. We know there will be times where some orders might get late, but the good thing is we have the courage to acknowledge that and to apologize and to offer a compensation for the customer versus this late order. We know we are all humans. We know our team may have issues sometimes. It may be something out of our control, rain, traffic, whatever. But the most important thing is we acknowledge that and we face it and we talk to the customer and explain to the customer that he or she have a free voucher to compensate in case we are late.
So we are putting the customers into concern into everything we do, and that is one of the reasons why we're doing this to the customers. So having an excellent service to drive excellent customer satisfaction is the end goal. So at the end of the day, the customers, it's a win-win for both of us, for the customers and also ourselves. While we improve on our service in store, the customers also get the advantage of getting their meal on time, and they have enough time to do other things that they want to do.
Audience Origin is a global
Media specialist communications agency in Nigeria, Agoridi Media, has launched Audience Origin, a unique combination of panel-based data, digital data, and client data for deep audience understanding and activation. The official launch ceremony, which held at the 4 Point Hotel in Lagos, was graced with the presence of notable Nigerian monarchs. According to Sheni Adetu, CEO Agoridi Media Limited, the idea to launch Audience Origin in Nigeria stemmed from the growing demand from clients for better quality of data and insights around consumers' attitudes, preferences, and behavior.
At Agoridi Media, we're very delighted at the launch of Audience Origin in Nigeria. Prior to now, we've all complained about issues about data in Nigeria. In other words, about data inadequacy, data inaccuracy, and all of that. So whilst the tools that we have in the country have served us well over the years, what we are saying now is that Audience Origin is seeking to fill some of the gaps and shortcomings that we've seen in data generation in Nigeria. And so yes, we are not asking anyone to discard of what existed before now, but we're saying that Audience Origin brings a little more than we had before. So that's the whole essence of Audience Origin.
Commenting on the launch during an interview with Marketing Edge, Dominic Greger, Global CEO WPP Specialist Communications, said, Audience Origin is something we have launched in many markets around the world, and it is a very exciting development for the Nigerian market.
We have big ambitions with the team here in Nigeria, and we think this product is really unique and adds a different value for our clients who are looking to generate more consumer insights to market better to their consumers.
It's a great product because, as you can imagine, the power of it is suddenly now, as algorithm media, Mediacom, and all our agencies will be able to be better targeted to our consumers. So when a client wants to reach a consumer, instead of wasting a lot of money just spending it anywhere, now you could actually be better targeted for that particular consumer using the data which this brings. So that's what we're trying to do today.
Nigeria is the biggest market in Africa. And with 200 million people, our clients are wondering why we're not investing in data in this country. So we've decided this year to launch Audience Origin, which is our bespoke research that we use across 70 markets in the world, in Nigeria and in other 11 markets in Africa, because it's now time to give our clients the same level of understanding of the consumers that we have in more mature markets.
No one data point can answer all of the questions. And again, that's one of the beauty of Audience Origin. It can serve as a standalone data product, also can work in conjunction with other data products, right? So it just enriches the whole repertoire of data and makes insights easier to come by, and then makes it easier to connect with the target audience.
Audience Origin also features a globally consistent core survey at its center, which feeds global and local planning tools while delivering audience insights, including niche audiences. MTN Nigeria and Pan Atlantic University has announced the launch of the MTN Media Innovation Program, which will be run by the Pan Atlantic School of Media and Communication. The 6-month fully funded fellowship for Nigerian media practitioners is designed to support the sustainable development of the nation's changing media scene, and it is open to media practitioners across the spectrum, including print, electronic, online platforms, and social media content creators. The course is designed to give participants a greater understanding of Nigeria's technology sector and the nexus between media and technology, and will also leave participants better able to adapt to changing realities. The course, fully sponsored by MTN Nigeria, will be available to 20 successful applicants. In line with his mandate as president of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, NIMN, Mr. Idoriang Enang has charged members of the institute to take advantage of the series of initiatives introduced by his administration to improve their operations and professional output. while affirming that the Institute is determined to continuously create learning platforms to expose members to the latest insights and mechanisms that aligns with a rapidly dynamic marketplace, noted that such forum is necessitated by the need to ensure that practitioners are abreast with the current realities that exist in the marketing ecosystem. According to him, effective from January 1st, 2023, members will have to show commitment to the Institute to be able to renew their membership status. He affirmed its commitment to drive inclusivity and urged members to support efforts aimed at repositioning the industry for growth.
Well, that was brand news. Next is branding focus after this break.
For those wondering if the new Schweppes Zobo tastes as good as they say it does, experience tells us. Try it. Find out for yourself. Introducing new Schweppes Zobo, made with over 200 years of experience.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on Brand in Focus. Leading and pioneering network providers MTN Nigeria, Airtel, and later the Pan-Nigerian network Glo, no doubt has Frontiers initiated the communication revolution and disruption that have set Nigeria in the global center stage as a market leader in global information and communication technology. For more than 2 decades now, these giant network providers have driven the socio-economic growth of Nigeria with outstanding contribution and enormous impacts on the economy, especially with the provision of big data. They have focused on big data accelerated by available network, and this has given a paradigm shift to Nigeria's business atmosphere for being known as the next frontier for growth and service delivery. With the launch of various generational networks such as 1G to 5G planning recently to boost speed and consumption rate, data therefore is today the best enabler in expanding the frontiers of digital inclusion in Nigeria, and this has helped to record remarkable upsurge in the number of subscribers and has translated to the growth of the country's GDP. These three leading network providers, Airtel, MTN Nigeria, and Glo, are leaving no stone unturned as they employ powerful and irresistible marketing strategies to sustain and maintain a solid strategic market position, drive visibility, and gain more competitive advantage. This is achieved through the introduction of various data plans, internet bundles, and campaigns by each network provider respectively. For Airtel Nigeria, whose data payoff line is Data is Life, an expression of the importance and value of data to consumers' life, according to its consumers, has become more popular across many locations due to its numerous attractive tariff plans with available, reliable, affordable, and speedy data internet services for its users. Glo, popularly known as a grandmaster of data, has continued to impress consumers with its campaigns, especially the Glo Yakata, Amebo, Indulge Your Passion, The Journey, and Biker. Meanwhile, MTN Nigeria also has daily, weekly, hourly, monthly, even midnight and weekend plans, just like other networks around. And with the introduction of 5G network, the telco company paid the federal government $273.6 million for 5G license ahead of the deadline for spectrum auction. While the three telcos continue to seek ways to grab a good share of the target market, the need for data has become a necessity for survival. To drive digital inclusion and technological advancement, reliable, affordable, and speedy internet services is expedient.
Well, that was Branding Focus. Next is Industry Conversation, where we have interactions with top industry players who have made tremendous impact in the strategic positioning and promotion of brands. This week, we'll be speaking with the Managing Director of Media Career Development Network, LEKAN, OTUFODUNRIN, after this break.
For those wondering why Schweppes changes look, experience tells us. Change is inevitable. Schweppes, made with over 200 years of experience.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Hello and welcome to Industry Conversation, a segment on Marketing Edge on TV where we have interactions with top industry players who have made great impact in the business of brand management. Well, today on Industry Conversation, we have with us the Managing Director of Media Career Development Network, LEKAN OTUFODUNRIN. So pleased to have you with us on Industry Conversation.
It's my pleasure to be here too.
Well, LEKAN OTUFODUNRIN, Managing Director of Media Career Development Network, is a journalist and a media career development specialist, and also the Executive Director of Media Career Development Network, which is Nigeria's foremost media career mentoring and coaching organization. With over 30 years meritorious experience in the profession, he has earned several commendations for outstanding performances. So pleased to have you again. You're welcome to Industry Conversation.
Thank you.
So tell us, how would you assess the Nigeria media industry?
Well, I think the Nigeria media industry has come a long way, and we have tried our best to ensure that we migrate from analog to digital. We are living up to our responsibility of holding the government accountable, providing useful information for people, and by and large, I think we've done well. There's always room for improvement. But the other thing, like we know, is that times have changed. So many things that we used to do have changed, and the Nigerian media is trying their best to catch up. We see efforts to catch up, and there's a lot of progress. So now it's not only about us alone. There are so many other players in this field, but we've not done badly.
Okay, talking about catching up and having several players in the industry, what would you say are some of the challenges that the industry has had to grapple with in recent times?
Well, the challenges has to do with, first of all, understanding what is digital, in the sense of, like, it's a new world where there are so many players. So before, you had recognized media organization, traditional media, but now you're talking about new media. So sometimes it's hard for some organizations to transit. There's a lot of digital disruption. The things that we used to do, we can't do them again. We are competing. And there's also in terms of lack of capacity. It's a major problem. So people need to be retrained to be able to fit into the new digital world. And again, there's a problem of lack of patronage. The media is not getting enough patronage like it used to do. So there's a lot of financial issues that they need to bother about. And that's a big problem, because if you're not making revenue, you can't even live up to your expectation in terms of being there. And even now that you even need more resources to invest.
Okay. We understand that the pandemic experience has impacted every sector of the nation's economy. What would you say is a new paradigm shift for the media industry?
Well, first and foremost, I think the pandemic taught us a lot of lessons. It demystified some of the things that we thought were not possible before. So now people could actually produce their papers and even do broadcasting without getting to the office. People who use new gadgets that have changed the way they used to do things. So because of that, there is a new shift in terms of approach, in terms of getting mass appeal, in terms of using technology to be a real global player. I think that's the digital shift. And also trying to reach the audience where they are, trying to provide content that can meet the expectation of different segments of the public, because you are serving different public. Okay. And being there on where people are. So if they're on social media, you're also able to combine. So we are now trying to be the truly multimedia that we should be. So you're no longer just a newspaper or a real company, you're now a media company. And you have the option of being able to use your content to achieve a lot.
Okay, talking about the shift from traditional media to, of course, the use of social media, we understand that there's something they call citizen journalism, or journalism, where, of course, citizens are now using this technology to also, disseminate information. So how has citizen journalism impacted on the old traditional media operations and practice?
Well, let me make this clarification. Citizen journalism is not new. What is new is that there are more channels for them. So we have always had citizen journalism where ordinary citizens who are not trained journalists get information and they process it through the traditional media. But now, they don't have to process it through the traditional media. They can, on their own, disseminate this information. But what it has done, it has also provided a lot of competition for traditional media, where they need to open up, where they need to understand that they are no longer the sole gatekeepers. There are other people who, the gates are not as close as before. Now, if you want information, you can even get it on somebody's Facebook page, even a national issue. So that is one thing that they've had to cope with. But like I said, capacity is an issue, understanding, and willingness. Because sometimes I see a lot of denial. People think digital is limited, but it's not limited. It gives you a lot of leverage, a lot of reach, and there's also money to make for you. But if you don't understand it, that's why we need training, so that we can have people who are trained. I keep telling people, you need the analog knowledge to also be able to perfect your digital, because you need that content first before you go digital. But we need the training. So what we have, one of the challenges I think we have is that we have so many people who are analog, who have the media experience, the standard media experience, but who are not digital. Then you have so many people who are digital, but they don't understand journalism. The journalism is not just, there are rules of engagement. I tell people, there are no citizen doctors. There are no citizen lawyers. So journalism is a profession. There are rules of engagement. There are things, there are laws, there are ethics that you need to follow. So people should not take it as a liberty to just do what they like. So that's the thing that we're trying. So we're not trying to tell people, but they've contributed. They provide content. So even now that the citizens can provide content on their Twitter handle, on their Instagram, that content can be reprocessed and provide the standard information that people need to know. Because, like I said, there are things that you don't share. They have implications. If you don't verify them, you need to fact-check this information. You need to ensure that they are the right information so that they don't cause unexpected crises.
Okay. Talking about training that you just mentioned and the need to get the requisite skills and knowledge to operate optimally as a journalist. From your experience, is it the curriculum or training or the practice environment that determines how far a journalist should go in his career?
Well, the curriculum, like any other curriculum, needs a lot of review. I'm aware that there's a lot of efforts to review them, but we need to move fast. What we have is a situation where, unfortunately, the kind of training I got in 1985 is the kind of training some people are still being given. So you have lecturers who themselves are not digital, they are training digital generation. It's a major disconnect.
Yes.
So we need to ensure that the curriculum meets the expectation. And that's why you now have so many other players. Again, we do admit that journalism is not only for people who study journalism. So there are people who study journalism, but who have resources, who have ideas, who have information they can share. And they need to be accommodated. But in accommodating them, they need to be given the knowledge that they need to operate in that. So I think the curriculum has been a major problem. The effort, that's what we call unbundling. I'm aware that the academics are gathering together, they are unbundling, they are trying to put in some of the things that are not there. Like I said, some of the training that we got are no longer suitable for this particular generation. And we need to, but like I said again, the people who are providing this training need to be trained themselves. If they don't, and they need to teach people with digital understanding. So, I mean, before you go to a class, the class ends. Today, the engagement can continue on various platforms. And lecturers need to be open to those kind of things.
Okay. So as a media consultant, do you think Nigerian media houses are doing well in terms of branding and brand positioning?
I'll say we can improve. We assume that because we are publishing or we are broadcasting, people already know us. But we need that kind of branding. And I'm seeing efforts that people are making. So you listen to the radio stations, they tell you that we are a lifestyle station. We are a business. You know, they are trying to find some niche. So you have women radio for women and their families. So people are trying to provide those kind of things. But branding is something that needs to be very conscious. You need to be very consistent. And they need to understand it so that people know exactly what they stand for. And they are consistent over a period of time. And if they also look, for asking myself, in Nigeria, on radio, you hear that even Google is advertising. So it's like some of the popular brands, they still advertise, even when you don't advertise, but branding is that conscious, what you project, how you are consistent. And it's also about trust. People need to say, look, I heard this on this station, it is true. That's part of the branding that we know. It's not about just trying to cover it up. It's not public relations. It's just ensuring that you have a particular slant that you want to know for, the content you are serving people, and you live by it. Trust is it's part of the branding that we need, because people are losing trust in many media organizations because some of the things that are coming out, they are not verified. You know, sometimes there's a competition between some traditional organizations are trying to be digital. In that process, they are committing the error that some people are committing. So we are in a hurry to share information when they are not verified. Okay. So I think those are the branding concerns that I have. Not necessarily in terms of putting a nice face there, but ensuring that your content meets the expectation of the
consumers. Well, talking about branding, I would like you to do a critique or marketing edge, hampering on what you'd like us to do in terms of value offerings.
Well, I'm very familiar with branding here, and I think it's commendable that you have done this for over 19 years, like I had at the training. One of the things that I think, like I've had people say there, is that we need to expand our reach. Marketing edge needs to really cover the industry more in depth in terms of not just focusing on the big names. You need to provide some researches that speaks to you. So, for example, I've just done a presentation, and I was saying, for example, your website should be a knowledge base for people who are in marketing industry. So, is it not possible to ensure that if somebody is studying marketing, you can come to your website and find valuable resources that is very, very key to expanding what you are doing. Then you need to be global, like one of the speakers said. You need to be really global because you are not competing with just local, you are competing globally. The heads of the brand, the heads of some of these organizations, they are not Nigerians. Their standards are very, very high. So as much as your content is good, the packaging needs to also meet that level. And for your online engagement, it's not about just doing the newsletters, ensuring that there's a lot of engagement, getting feedback, responding to the feedback, and ensuring that people get value for their money. By and large, I think Marketing Ed has done very well, but like any other thing, it can improve. We need to open up to see what else is changing in the industry.
Well, thank you for that insightful contribution and being part of this program. We hope to have you again on Industry Conversation.
Thank you. It's my pleasure being here.
Pleasure is
well
all
done
mine.
For what you're doing.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, it has been so much interesting today on the program. Do well to join us for another exciting time. Same time next week. I'm Ogali Abikele Mafiru. Bye for now.
In the month of May, the month begins with Workers' Day on the 1st. On the 3rd, freedom of the fourth estate of the realm takes center stage on World Press Freedom Day. On the 5th of May, 2010, President Umar Musa Yar'Adua passed on, but before then, he has set out to reform the country's electoral system. 12 years after, how has that gone? 17th is World Telecommunications Day. On the 23rd, focus shifts to the International Day to End Obstetric Fistula. Children's Day is celebrated on the 27th. 29th of May is exactly 1 year to the end of President Buhari's administration. How has the journey been? And the 31st is World No Tobacco Day. Stay with TVC News.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
At